I've been reading Genesis chapter 7, and some details made me pause. In verses 2 and 3, Noah is told to take clean animals by sevens, male and female, but unclean animals by twos. Why the difference? Why were clean animals taken in greater numbers? Was it related to sacrifice, survival, or something else? It also says birds of the air were taken by sevens. Does that mean all birds were considered clean? Then in verse 4, God says that in 7 days, He will cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. Why those numbers? Was 7 days simply the time needed to prepare and gather everything into the ark? And why exactly 40 days and 40 nights of rain? Verse 6 tells us Noah was 600 years old when the flood came. This becomes interesting when you compare it with the genealogy. In Genesis 5, if you calculate the ages of Methuselah, Lamech, and Noah, it appears that Methuselah died the same year the flood began, at 969 years old. Did he die naturally right before the flood, or did he die during it? And if he was Noah's grandfather, why is he not mentioned as part of Noah's household entering the ark? In verse 11 we are given a very specific date, the 600th year of Noah's life, the second month, the 17th day. Why record the exact day? Is there something significant about it? The verse also says the fountains of the great deep were broken up and the windows of heaven were opened. Genesis chapter 1 mentions the deep and the waters above separated by the firmament. Could these phrases be connected? Verse 12 again repeats that the rain lasted 40 days and 40 nights. Why that exact length of time? Later, in verse 20, it says the waters rose 15 cubits above the mountains. Why 15 cubits specifically? Verse 22 says, everything with the breath of life in its nostrils that lived on dry land died. That wording stands out because it specifies dry land. Sea creatures are not mentioned. What makes them different from other forms of life in this description? Finally, verse 24 says the waters prevailed on the earth for 150 days. Again, another specific number. Genesis 7 is full of precise details, measurements, and time periods. These are not conclusions, just questions that came up while reading. If you've ever noticed patterns or meanings in these numbers, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts.